Excited to have Coach Tony Ersland mic'd up. We'll hear more of that audio at the intermission. But first, 157 pounds, ranked top 10 in the country, Griffin Parriott and Adam Whitesell for Maryland. Parriott, redshirt sophomore, 5-3, and wasting no time is Whitesell leading it 2-0.
Yeah, you love the way. I mean, you don't warm up on the mat. He's warmed up, he's ready to go, and he comes out and attacks. Adam Whitesell, nice job of getting after it right off the whistle.
2-1. Parriott battling some injuries early, just 8 matches so far this season. A runner-up at the Cliff Keen Invitational. He's always looking for
inside
something big.
Drip. Wow. Got the 2.
1 green, you're neutral.
Parriott always looking for those big moves, and sometimes the incorrect strategy. It's okay to have that in your pocket, but maybe a situation there where he forced it. We saw the match against Caleb Young of Iowa, got in some trouble, ultimately got pinned. In that performance in Vegas, a little more stingy. Wrestled really tough, a big win against Tyler Berger, made the final before falling to Ryan Deacon of Northwestern, but he's, talk about highly combustible. Griffin Parriott is always looking for that, forget bunting, he wants the 550-foot bomb.
And he was able to do that a lot in high school, and it's a different story here, but when you stay within yourself, you're going to be more successful. Sometimes it works, though.
2-time state champion out of Minnesota, 5-time state qualifier, top 10 overall recruits. In 2016, a double champion in Fargo at 152 in both styles. Only 2 guys accomplished that feat in 2016.
And we were talking earlier about Tony Ersland's 3 really highly ranked recruiting classes in a row. And so that's part of what's going on here. Ersland out on the recruiting trail, getting some of the top preps with, you know, credentials coming in, like perhaps Purdue hasn't gotten for a long time.
Very solid lineup for Purdue.
It is balanced, isn't it?
It is, and they got a lot of guys in that 10 to 17, 18 range, and they're young. Only 2 seniors starting tonight. Here's Parriott with a single leg, head to the outside.
Parriott doing a nice job. You see the laces were up there, so to speak, and he came around and drove through. Kept coming up. That's what Parriott did well to get the 2 points there.
A lot of action here in this first period. 8 points combined already. To Coach Ersland's right is Tyrell Todd.
Parriott did a nice job of finding and creating the angle there, getting that single leg and then driving through for the takedown.
Parriott 5 pins last season. That was second on the team. 2-3 last year at the Big Ten Championships.
Pretty cool customer, Parriott there. I was just watching his face as he looked at Whitesell when he came back, and keeps it pretty loose and confident young man.
Whitesell with the caution underneath at 157, 1, 2, 3. Nolf, Berger, and Deacon in the rankings. Tyler Berger beating Deacon 6-3 last weekend, and Berger back-to-back victories over top 5 ranked opponents. Before that, he beat Hayden Hidley of North Carolina State. So 157, no surprise in the Big Ten, they're all stacked. Off the whistle, a hook from Parriott. Quad pod from Whitesell to his feet, fighting hands, and escaping to take the lead 5-4.
Well, nice job by Whitesell, where he struggled on the bottom earlier this year. He did a nice job of getting out and on his feet again.
Whitesell an even 7-7 in this his redshirt senior season. 2-2 at the Midlands. He doesn't mind going upper body, but if you're going to go upper body with Griffin Parriott, you better know exactly where you're at. Interesting story with Whitesell. He was 113 pounds as a senior. They recruited him as a 125-pounder. This past summer, he was 175. Things can change quickly.
Yeah, he must have been pretty happy this summer at 175, but look at that. Nice job.
To close the first.
So a 4-point move at the end of the first period.
Whitesell will defer, trailing Parriott by 3. Short time scoring.
Just underhook there with, he had the elbow tripped and boom, right to his back, gets the 2-point count. That's a huge 4-point move there at the end of the period for Parriott.
Jimmy Sheptock. Believe they are going to challenge.
Wanting what? Challenge what? The near fallback points?
I believe that they're going to challenge, was it a 4 count? That's the only thing that makes any sense.
Who's challenging?
Maryland.
And did they give?
Parriott was, or could it be Purdue, because they went 2 takedown, 2 near fall.
Right.
But Sheptock was over.
Challenging whether there was even a 2 count.
Didn't think he got past
all right.
the 45 for the near fall.
Past the 45 for the near fall. Let's see. So he drives him over. It's hard for us to see right there. And can't tell, but you can see where that arm hanging over. If we can catch this here, he may have a point. So not 45, not 45. There's 45. Comes back up. I'm not, you know what? It's worth the look. It's worth the look because it's got to be 45.
I'd be very surprised, though, if there was enough evidence there to overturn the call.
Yeah, but that's one of those ones that you got to look at because some people, are saying, it's 90 degrees. No, it's not 90 degrees. It's 45 degrees for that near fall. And that's, I think they're probably going to say that it's inconclusive, as you said.
It's a big call. Parriott, those short time points are so big. Whips him over to his back. Did he?
Obviously there, but look at, immediately he comes past the 90 degrees, so he's not 45 here. He's not 45. Might have got there for a second.
And I think the longer they review it, it's going to be in the favor of Purdue.
You think it's going to be in the favor of Purdue?
I do, because if it's not that obvious and you got to keep looking at it, I think you might have a hard time convincing yourself to change the call.
That's why you got slow motion. That's why you have replay. Let's just get it right. You're right. It's a big call in this match. Love the way Adam Whitesell came out. It's important to come out alert and ready to wrestle, and he did. That's why he has the 5 points, because he came out with that early takedown, got another takedown. He was alert and ready to go.
Did a solid job to start the period.
And Parriott, I said, he's kind of a cool customer, is loose and confident, and Whitesell came out and beat him to the punch, and that's why we've got the match that we've got going on right now. And that's why this call is big.
To deliberate the call. Whitesell was up 5-4, and then Parriott, that big move in the final 10 seconds. Difference makers. Believe they're going to take another look.
Looks like me, got the readers on. Yeah, looking a little closer here. Well, I do like the way that Whitesell fought on his back there.
Well, good awareness. Good awareness. When he was going to his back, quickly turned to his belly. Next on BTN, don't miss Big Ten hockey as the Spartans skate against the Nittany Lions. The puck drops next right here on BTN and the Fox Sports app. And last week we were in Minnesota for Minnesota Rutgers, Tim, and I went to my first ever college hockey game, Minnesota and Penn State. It was a blast. Did not get a full 2 count. He was in criteria and came out.
Credit all the way around. Credit to Maryland for challenging. Credit to the official for changing that. That's exactly what happened. I saw it go past 45, but it wasn't there for the full 2 count. Nice job. All the way around. They got that one right. going back to your hockey experience, my first one was at the University of Denver versus Boston College just a couple of years ago. And, you know, when you're in Minnesota and you're in Denver, you're in some high hockey country.
So instead of 8-5, they take 2 off the board to make it 6-5. Let me ask you this. And a quick escape for Parriott. Do you think there should be some kind of time limit on those reviews? I didn't time that, but that felt like 4 or 5 minutes.
Yeah, in this case, I'm just one. If we're going to have it, it's there to get the call right, and so they got the call right, and that's what's most important. Hey, talk about urgency there. Parriott exploded off the whistle there and did a really nice job of getting out there on the whistle.
Whitesell is definitely bringing the fight. Just a 2-point match.
Right hand's got to work.
Parriott looking for his 6th win of the season.
Paul.
Yeah, both wrestlers, their feet have slowed down. They're not moving their feet as much.
Hey, your attacks. Your attacks, Griffin.
Parriott, hand on the mat. Now they're forehead to forehead.
Attack on him.
You're right, always watch the feet.
Well, Whitesell has a nice job there on the tie there, but he kind of shot through the tie of Parriott instead of winning the fight in the tie, because he almost had a pick there, but he just couldn't get the penetration that he needed.
Just a half minute remaining in this second period.
Good time to score.
Pace has slowed down considerably. Hard snap there from Whitesell.
Hey, pull the trigger, Griff.
Just that quick escape from Parriott. Early second period, the scoring.
And you're not going to find and create the angles if you're not moving your feet, and neither of these guys are getting off the tracks. They're just going straight forward. You're not going to score.
Would you call both guys for stalling there?
I would say that you certainly need to encourage them to actually get some wrestling going there.
Whitesell takes his turn on bottom. Quick hook off the whistle from Parriott, slides into half Nelson, pinching that left side, tight waist. Wizard there from Whitesell, solid job. They're able to square his hips up and escape.
This is important right here. Does Whitesell have what it takes here? Because he does from a skill standpoint. He's got the moves, but he needs to move his feet, keep the pace going, because he needs to get the attention of the official right here. If he could get the attention of the official, he could get a stall call, and you don't know what happens then.
This is the point in the match when you find out who's got some extra grit.
Ice this match. Let's go. He's on top.
Under control, guys, under control.
Yeah, Whitesell needs to watch that slap right there. He's made his point here, but he's not following it up with good movement.
Go get your takedown.
Another snap, but Parriott maintaining territory, center of the mat, but toward the center. There's a low shot from Whitesell.
Boy, that was almost, and that was created because he was moving, trying to find and create that angle, came back to the opposite side and almost caught. But he needs to keep the movement up right here. Whitesell did.
Parriott
force the action.
Had the underhook on the right side. Familiar position for him with his Greco background. Just 40 seconds left. Good battle here.
Time to go.
Shot there from Whitesell, straight on. Again, neutralized by the underhook of the Boilermaker. Mentioned before, he likes to go upper body. But that is where Parriott is extremely strong as well.
Parriott squaring up, holding position right there. And a good effort by Whitesell, but just if he could have worked a little bit more with his feet and found those angles, he would have been able to not have to go for the big move like that. But good holding of position by Parriott, the final 2 points there.